Welcome back to BKTV Live. Today is Thursday, December 9th, 2021.
Today on BKTV, we have many different segments, including Mic'd Up with Maggie, Help the Hungry Bake Sale, and the Coach's Corner.
Also, we have a winter sports preview, the impact of the Farmington Airport, and Farmington High School alumni Nathaniel Reed.
All this on
BKTV Live.
Today we start off with the segment from Max Lamons and Ian Sales, who took a trip out to the Farmington Airport.
Max and Ian give us insight into how the airport helps local businesses in our community.
What's up, Night Nation? I'm Max Lamons. We're here at the Farmington Airport to try to gain some insight about what the airport brings to this area.
I am an airport specialist. I manage the airport. I've worked here 11 years now. Well, the main purpose is for the economic development of the city, to help the city in business and in growth. And so there's a saying that says, you can have a mile of road and a mile of business, but if you have a mile of runway, you have a world of business. And we do get people in here from all over, traveling, doing business in Farmington. So it really helps with that kind of thing. Of course, the local companies use the airport a lot. First State Bank, Lee Mechanical, they have the medical helicopter, the children's helicopter. They use a lot, the airport a lot for their businesses. And then we get people that are flying in from different companies, banking, just a whole array of things to do business here in town. Lucas Oil come through here before in his helicopter, and Mr. Lucas himself came through here. Typically we'll get planes that'll come in, either if they're smaller aircraft, general aviation aircraft, maybe people that are flying, traveling, people that are traveling, they will stop here and get fuel. And we have self-service fuel. It's just kind of like a gas station. It's the same thing. They'll fly, they land, they pull up by the gas pump, they fill up the airplane, and then we have this terminal in here. They can use the restrooms and get a snack, and then they keep on going. The corporate pilots typically they'll fly the clients in, or the people that own the jet, and they'll go do their business. So the pilots sit here and wait for them. That's why we have a pilot lounge. We have a place for them to rest and wait for their passengers to come back.
Thanks, Ian and Max, for that informative segment and inside look at our local airport.
Coming up next, we have a segment miking up our very own JP Rubel.
Maggie Killian gives insight into a player's mind during practice.
Buckets.
Welcome to Mic'd Up with Maggie. I'm Maggie, of course, and today getting mic'd up is none other than JP Rubel. But first, let's see how the season is expected to go and how practices usually work.
We've been playing pretty well as a team. We're definitely lost a lot of seniors last year, but our districts is pretty tough. We got Sykes and Cape Central, and Festus and North County and all of them. So it's going to be a struggle. But if we work together, I think we can hopefully win our district. So we start off with usually skill base with Coach Bird and Coach England. And so guards go at one end and then bigs go on the other end, just to work on skill base for about 20 to 30 minutes. And then we do more team stuff. We separate varsity and JV on each sides, and then probably some transition stuff just so we can work together. We do a lot of shell drill. That's defensive based, just working on our new defense that we like to run, more man base, a lot of gap help, so inside help on driving base, and then trying to rotate well and get out on shooters when necessary.
Thank you for the insight, JP. And now, let's see what JP talks about and thinks about while practicing for basketball.
Coach Bird, feeling bouncy? Dave! He tried a back tip. Good for a back tip. Back, Vernon. Between behind. Between behind.
Let's have a good practice today. Work hard. We got, I guess this will be on BKTV one week.
It will.
Let's make pinball, see how good we are. Do a break, and then I'll tell you where to go.
Yes, let's go.
1, 2, 3, 9!
Thanks, Maggie and JP, for the insight into the thoughts of our players at practice.
Now to cover a great event in our community is Linnea Smith.
That's right. Linnea takes us to the Help the Hungry bake sale that raised over $130,000 this year for 2 of our local food pantries.
The Help the Hungry Bake Sale is an annual event that was created to help the 2 food pantries here in Farmington, the Ministerial Alliance Food Pantry and the St. Vincent de Paul Food Pantry. The bake sale allows anyone to participate if they choose to. Not only does the bake sale sell baked goods, but they also have a live auction, cookie decorating, a holiday raffle, a cafe, and more. Support your community by visiting next year's bake sale.
Thanks, Linnea. That is certainly an important and special event for the community that helps those in need.
Back with a new Coach's Corner, we have Justice Boyer.
That's right. Justice sat down with Coach Lamb at the end of softball season to get some insight on the team. Check it out.
Welcome back to Coach's Corner. I'm the host, Justice Boyer. Today, we go inside the mind of Coach Lamb, the assistant softball coach.
I just completed my 4th year as softball coach at Farmington. One Coach Brian Walling coaches and teaches at Park Hills. Coming over here after his teaching duties are over there, he comes over here and coaches, and it's been a great relationship. Art and art history. I'm old, 27 years. I have the boys freshman basketball team this year, and then I've coached girls basketball for 8 years prior to that, and then I did middle school football for 5 years prior to that. The seniors were immense. They've been leaders since their freshman year. The 3 girls that just finished their softball career here at Farmington are probably the best character and best involved kids we've had probably in the history of Farmington. They are great kids. They're going to be tough to replace, extremely difficult, but we got a good group of young girls coming up, and I think they're going to fill their shoes well. We should be as good. We won 30 games this season, which is the best record we've ever had in the history of Farmington softball. Will we be that good next year? I don't know. There's no promises, but we're going to work hard, and we're going to try to get beyond districts and our goals to get to Final Four. I don't think we could have done anything differently. We ran into a really good Washington team, and we tip our cap. They're a really good ball club. I don't know if they'll be in our district alignment next year. They might be Class 5 next year. We're not really sure yet, but we're just going to keep working hard and hope for the best.
It was a good run for our Lady Knights softball team. They have amazing coaches, and the players we're going to miss dearly. Thanks for watching.
Thanks to Justice and Coach Lamb for the interview.
Next, we switch gears to the winter sport. JP Rubel and Ari Woodson give us a preview about winter sports here at FHS.
With the 2021-22 winter season beginning, we took a look back at how last year's seasons ended and talked to the head coaches about how they were going to tackle this year's season. Girls basketball will kick off the winter season with their game against Bastion at the Farmington Civic Center. They finished last season with 16 wins and 8 losses, and second in the Rockwood Summit Christmas Tournament, and also runner-up in the district championship. They had 26 girls come out and play this year for their program, which is the largest group their head coach, Rusty Soundsabrow, has ever seen. They are looking to compete at the highest level each and every day, whether during games or in practice. The boys basketball team has similar goals. They come into the winter season with nothing but winning on their minds. When asked what his goals for the season were, head coach Garrett Callahan said, "Win games." He's expecting all of the seniors to step up and lead this year and looking to win the district championship game after coming in second last year.
Boys wrestling is looking to have another great year, hoping to send multiple athletes to state once again. Last year was a confusing year for all sports with COVID issues, and the boys wrestling was not spared from those woes. They ended with 21 boys last year and are looking to maximize their potential as coaches, individuals, and a team. Kraus is looking for all his boys to step up and lead on and off the mat, especially as seniors. However, many underclassmen tend to step up and lead for him.
The girls wrestling team is also looking to have a strong year. 8 girls are on the team this year. They have one senior, Mary Harness, who they are looking towards to do big things this year. Like the boys, they are looking to improve every day on and off the mat.
Girls swim ended well last year. They earned several personal records in their conference meet last year, and they are looking to improve on that this year. They lost two seniors from last year, and Coach Megan Blair and Jason Cravens are looking for swimmers to step up and fill those roles as leaders. They are looking to be more competitive this year and are going to be stepping out of their comfort zone in terms of effort and practice. Coach Blair said each athlete will need to step out of their comfort zone and work on not only their strengths, but their weaknesses as well. We expect each athlete to show up and show their own personal gains at every meet.
We are looking forward to the winter sports starting up and wish all our teams good luck and go Knights.
Thanks for the exciting preview, guys. I cannot wait to see some basketball, swim, and wrestling.
From the reporters who brought you What's Cooking, we now have coverage of a Farmington alumni
who owns an upscale bakery in St. Louis.
Chris Orr and Sam Morrow bring us to speak with Nathaniel Reed at his bakery.
Many students at FHS don't know what they are going to do after they graduate. FHS alum Nathaniel Reed, owner of the Nathaniel Reed Bakery in Kirkwood, Missouri, shares his experiences while in high school and throughout his life.
I really appreciate now looking back at the quality education I received there. I didn't realize how great it was until I went out into the world and got away from Farmington and kind of talked to other people about their high school experience. I think the quality of students and the quality of teachers I had at my time there really set me up for the future. But overall, I got very good grades and had a great experience at FHS. I have a lot of fond memories of my time in school. I think that those transitions of sports and playing a lot of team sports like really impacted the way I looked at later in life, like looking at my business and looking at cooking later in life. I think it's awesome to have a plan with a team and have a goal and be able to execute it all together and see that success. It's the same thing as how we run the bakery every day. So it's interesting how all those little things that maybe at the time didn't feel so meaningful really came full circle to mean a lot to me throughout my career and my life. When I was in high school, I mean, all my life I always dreamed I was going to be a scientist. And my mother suggested that I do something with cooking. This was when I was at University of Missouri. It was something I never thought of in my life as a career, especially back then. Cooking wasn't kind of a real profession to go into. But whenever she mentioned it to me, it was just like an aha moment of, yeah, I'm going to do that. And I changed from being a biology major at University of Missouri to being a hotel restaurant management major. And then after that, went to culinary school, and I guess the rest is history. Going to school at Le Cordon Bleu in Paris was an amazing experience. It was really neat. I mean, I'm in Paris, so leaving from University of Missouri, like living my whole life basically in Missouri, and then just being in France and being in Paris of all places was really eye-opening. It's such an international city to see all these different things and different types of foods. I think just being immersed in that food culture was really great to my future. So after I graduated from culinary school, I moved around all over the country, taking jobs at prestigious hotels and restaurants. And I was a chef for several years in different places, from Las Vegas and California and Florida, before I decided to come back to Missouri in my home state and come back to St. Louis and open my bakery, Nathaniel Reed Bakery. So my future plans for the bakery are to find a larger space and expand our product line. Have a lot of interest in making chocolates and ice cream, and that's something that we currently aren't making because we don't have the space to produce it or to sell it. So hopefully in the future I'll find a larger building to be in, and we can move our production into and our sales into and have those expanded product lines, and really just to keep creating new products and servicing our community really well. One thing I don't want to do is have a bunch of different locations. It's just my personal preference. I really like to see the guests and be a part of our establishment rather than driving around in the car, visiting different locations and everything. So lucky enough at this point in my life to make decisions based on happiness and what's going to bring value to my life and to my family's life. And that's why I try to live by. Have a good day.
Farmington High School and BKTV love to see where our alumni are now. Thanks, Chris and Sam. Also, thank you to Nathaniel Reed for agreeing to our interview and showing us around your bakery.
That's all we have for this show, but before we go,
for lunch today, your options are taco salad, chicken parmesan, toasted cheese sandwich, chicken wrap, salad bar, and Salisbury steak.
And celebrating birthdays today is Elijah Kreitz, Lane Miller, Amanda Ropers, and our very own TJ Benoist Nate Ballou. Happy birthday!
Woo! Happy birthday, guys!
Don't forget tomorrow is Festive Friday, and next week we have Spirit Days each day of the week.
Happy holidays, everyone, and have a great rest of the day. Thanks for tuning in to
BKTV Live.